So leave it up to Jada to make a bad situation worse. The stuff they have dug up on this woman is crazy. Do you know this? For Tupac's 50th birthday, she brought out this poem he wrote 30 years ago that was in pristine condition. No one else would be able to keep something in such pristine condition. I've never seen a paper that old that kept so nicely. It's crazy. And then she basically writes him a love note on her social media, talking about how she misses him and wishes he was here. Yeah, I bet you do. You still in love with him. You in love with that dead man. And then DJ Academics looked into the situation. You know what he found? For Will's birthday, you think she wrote him anything? No. Instead, she's writing other men for their birthday, but Will's birthday comes around? No, he don't get no love. What the hell? I would get this bitch gone. She needs to leave now. Your kids will understand, Will. And if you don't think they will, think about the other messed up thing they just found out. That Willow Smith, now mind you, Willow Smith wasn't even born when Tupac was alive. So she don't remember nothing about Tupac, never met Tupac, nothing. But she writes this huge letter to Tupac saying, hey, can you please come make my mommy happy? She's so sad and she needs you and you're so swell. We just need you in our lives, Tupac. Come and save us. The audacity of this lady. I don't understand. What is the world coming to? Why are we doing this? Why are you doing this to your boy Will? And he can't even walk around his own house in peace without being videotaped. Oh yeah, there's that footage too. Check it out.
You know Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Esther, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just...
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start roll. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch us stare at the red table because she's helped us a lot, can't you?
And not only that, apparently her low point was when she turned 40. So when she turned 40, Will Smith spent hundreds of thousands of dollars for her, this massive party that was going to be her coming out, her cheering her up, her, this is the beginning of her doing better. Will Smith even flew in Mary J. Blige to come perform. So as you know, this made Jada so happy. She was never sad again, she never cheated again, and she never did anything else, right? Wrong! That is not what she did. Instead, she told him that this is basically the height of his ego, that this is his overexploded ego that is just running wild and it has nothing to do with her and he don't really love her.
Her 40th birthday was going to be my thing.
It was going to be a splash.
It was going to be a splash. Mary J. Blige performed. I debuted the film, all of that. It was going to be the thing that lifted her out of this midlife crisis, and it was going to be my deepest, most beautiful proclamation of love, and we did it. And I had found tapes of Jada's grandmother, and her grandmother had recorded these voice messages over the last 8 months of her life.
Wow.
And it was tapes that Jada had never heard.
Wow.
So Jada had to sit there and listen. I understand thoroughly now. At the time I didn't. But she's listening to these never before heard tapes of one of the dearest people she's ever known in her life, in front of all of these people. So she's holding it together, she's getting it together. Then I have Mary J. Blige performing. The whole time I'm like,
yeah.
The little boy that wants mommy to say everything was wonderful, right? And she's having a really difficult emotional time. And then when we got back to the room, it was me, you, and mommy, and we were talking about the next day, and there were things planned for the next day, and she said, I'm not sure I want to do anything the next day.
I just wanted to have intimate time.
Just intimate time. And I was like, well, I'll cancel tomorrow. She was like, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Right? and she's told me that the party was the most ridiculous display of my ego.
Woo.
Meanwhile, she so got Tupac in her mind, and not what Tupac is today, what Tupac was in his 20s, back when she was in her 20s, because apparently they went to school together and knew each other before either of them was even famous. But she's in love with that young child image. So what does she do? She gets with her a R&B singer, not even a rapper, a R&B singer that's really, really young. That's like a child. It's one of her son's friends. If my mom started messing with my friends, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. And I knew people in school. I had kids in school to where their moms, the really bad ones, the moms would try to cougar on people. I've had it happen to me before by some straight fuglies trying to run away from them. But let me tell you this. You go into your friend's house and he got a party house and his mama lives in his party house. Well, she party too. Why do you think they doing all this? Because she the biggest degenerate of them all. She allowing this shit to happen. So, of course, she gonna come try to snag her little youngin'. That's exactly what Jada tried to do. She snagged her youngin', talking about how she a nympho, about how she addicted to sex. She disgusted Will so much just trying to put up with her ass that he developed a psychosomatic response to sex, to where after he orgasms, he throws up because he's so disgusted with the bitch. Hell, I'd be too if I had to live with something like that. And it ain't even about the bald head. Her bald head is just an incarnation of this craziness that's inside of her. I don't know. Her outward appearance to me ain't there, and her inward appearance ain't there either. She ain't looking like a lady of grace, a lady of truth, or a lady of justice. She just seems like a selfish, overindulgent person that's going to suffer a lot in life no matter what they have, and anyone who is around this lady is going to suffer. If you're her kids, you're going to suffer. If you her husband, you're going to suffer. If you her freaking publicist, you're going to suffer. No matter what, whoever you are around her, unless you Tupac's ghost. If you Tupac's ghost or R&B singer, then you can all night. Oh, let me calm down now. Freaking some of y'all out. Some of y'all ain't never seen this before. But anyways, I appreciate you watching. If you want to see T.I. do the same thing to a comedian as Will Smith this week, then click here. Oh yeah, he really